Hello YouTube, it's Lady Vet here for the recap of Power Book 4, Force, Season 2, Episode 2. Although this episode is titled Great Consequences, it appeared to be a maze of discoveries. So we left off at the demise of Chewie by the hand of Tommy. Lieutenant DeFranco seems to be on top of the investigation as he explains and trains the police officer about Chewie's gang member profile and the street code. The lieutenant hears the sound of Chicken Wing's horn and tries to get information from him. But, according to Chicken Wing, he ain't no snitch. Chicken Wing hears so much but gets so little from one-sided friendships. And Chicken Wing ain't no dummy. After Chicken Wing hustled the lieutenant, he said that Chewie was a pancake and CBI did not like it. Tommy came to tell Diamond that he handled the Chewie situation.
What you need to be concentrating on is exactly that. Making the money. Not the beef, not the vengeance, and not Liliana. We have to make smart moves. You right. I feel you. But D, that motherfucker had the time.
Jannard told his guys that Chewie is dead. Jannard told them that Tommy did it and that they can do whatever it takes to end Tommy. Lil K was upset and threatened to get at Tommy. Victor was shocked to see Tommy pop up at Gloria's gravesite. Tommy asked Vic, why would you let Walter get away with what he did? And why not work for CBI or start your own operation? Tommy also told Vic that some dogs have parasites and need to be put down. After the small talk, Tommy asked Vic who killed Liliana. Of course, Vic doesn't know, but Tommy assured him that he will find out. Walter and Polly had a dockside meeting with Michael, who offered Walter a business deal to do with his line of work. But Michael wanted Walter to distribute a bad batch of pills that he knew could kill people. Walter thinks to drop them off on the south side after conversing with Paulie. Feeling confident that their people would not be affected, Walter agrees to the deal. They toast to more money and more power. Claudia slept with Brendan Doyle for information about Walter, only to find out that Dublin isn't happy with Walter, and if he doesn't make more money, Dublin will chop his head off. Diamond pays Jannard a visit to save him from doing something stupid, mainly to not start a war that he has no chance at winning. Diamond was met by Little K, who frisked him and told him to tell Tommy that he had a full clip for him. Diamond wasted no time with Lil K's threats and immediately let Jannard know that he can't win and that he had better pause any orders to hit Tommy. That bloodshed is expensive. Jannard and Diamond went back and forth about who did this and who did that. At the end of the day, Jannard understood. Diamond saves baby bruh's life again. Walter goes to chop it up with Victor, who is drinking nonstop. Walter wants Vic to come back and help him with the family business. He wants Vic to take the Flynn throne and be as messy as he is, but Victor tells him to get with Claudia instead. Walter told Vic about the pill distro in Jannard's territory. And Victor also tells Walter that Claude is behind the Dahlia project with the help of Tommy. Walter had no comment except to say that he had other plans for Claudia. Diamond is busy with his barbershop business when Tyrone comes in to ruin the vibe. Tyrone checked out the shop as if the shop was on parole. Then Tommy walks in to remind Diamond of an appointment. So when Diamond tells Tyrone that he has to get to his appointments, Tyrone calls Diamond out to piss in a cup. Diamond messaged Tommy that Tyrone is his parole officer. To be honest, I don't think Tyrone Reeves will be around much longer. So Jannard's busy trying to stay in the game. Jannard told his guys that they were pressing pause on the Tommy hit. Lil K said that they were not. Jannard explained, bodies dropping, they're low on paper, the Serbs got their hands out, and Miguel is breathing down his neck. Tommy is not the priority, but getting paper is. Lil K went off on Jannard and walked out. So Walter heads over to Claudia's after talking to Victor and being turned down. He offers her the Southside Bad Pill Project to run it her way. She was curious because Walter doesn't usually put her in charge. So he tells her to work with Victor. She's a little reluctant, and he tells her that Victor needs his sister. Since Diamond was tied up with Tyrone at the barbershop, Tommy went alone to re-up with Miguel. At the meet, one of Miguel's guys identified Tommy. When Tommy asked how did he know him, he said through Chico, a friend of Julio, in New York. Tommy is caught in the middle of Mexican and Serbian cartels' gunfire. Tommy saved Miguel's life. The Serbs hit hard, no flinch. Then Miguel returned the favor, but Tommy got hit and he was down. Miguel got the money bag and had Tommy taken inside. Meanwhile, on the Fed's news front, Stacy and the Feds were denied the task force to get at Tommy, and they were highly disappointed. Miguel and his team are on high alert since the Serbian hit. He is making sure that they are ready for the Serbs' comeback. Miguel now knows more about Tommy. He knows about Tommy's losses while in New York, and he can see Tommy as a valuable player. Miguel's guys coordinated details for their next pickup, not knowing that Tommy can hear them from the next room, as Maria is stitching his wound. Tommy used this time with Maria to flirt with her, and she warned him yet again to stay far away from her brother. After the smoke settled, Tommy's wound was tended to, and Miguel prepared for another Serbian visit. Miguel escorted Tommy out, and while talking about turfs and territories, they noticed another pull-up. However, this was by far not another hit from the Serbs, but rather an assessment of damage. This lady demanded respect from everyone around her. She moved with style, class, and a sense of urgency, yet the look of a proven warrioress. Knowing that it is not safe, the OG Abuelita Garcia showed up to make sure that Miguel was good and that everything they have built is safe. Will the real heifer stand up?
Ella está dentro. Pásale. Yo, I like that whip, abuela. That's some real OG Snoop Doggy Dogg type shit. Rag top to boot. All right then. See you later, Hefe.
Taking her father's advice, Claude finds Victor in a bar and tells him that she is doing her sisterly duties by checking in on him. She admonishes Vic and tells him that what he is doing is not a good look for himself or the family. Vic asks her, since when did she care about the family? From the conversation, Vic realized that Claude had been with Brendan. And yes, Victor walked out on Claudia again. Heifer wants Miguel to tell her all about Tommy. She thinks that he is a white devil. He looks like a Serb and should not be trusted. Abuelita Garcia grabbed Miguel's beard and warned that he not let Tommy ruin what they've built. Miguel told her that his issues are with the Serbs and he wants to retaliate against them, that he doesn't want to appear weak. But for that approval, she tells him that he must meet with Che. Now, on the other side of town, Stacy and the feds are still pressing for a task force to bring Tommy down. She pressed Lori for help to convince the agency that Tommy could help them bring down the cartel. Lil K's frustration led him to Shanti's gym. In the midst of his 1-2-3 punch, he released that Jannard has lost the respect of his guys and they don't want to work for him. This treason is screwed and Jannard is losing, all to the ears of Shanti. Tommy and Diamond linked up at the barbershop to discuss what Tommy heard about Miguel's next drop. Then they formed a plan to hit Miguel's crew. Victor Flynn walked into a mom-pop shop, took a bottle of alcohol from the shelf, and started drinking. Some random lady offered Vic sexual favors in the store owner's storage room, but when the owner demanded that they come out of his storage space, Vic came out pointing a gun at the man and taking his cash after telling the owner to give the random $50. Later, Victor was pulled over by the police. Then Vic had a problem with the officer's instructions when asked to stop moving because Vic was busy telling them that he is Victor effing Flynn and that they are probably on his family's payroll. So the police tased and arrested Victor. Miguel's meeting with Shay was sickening. First, Shay seemed to not be bothered that the Serbs attacked Miguel's organization. Miguel tried to explain how weak he would appear if he did not retaliate against the Serbs. Shay was concerned that Miguel against the Serbs would create pipeline issues for him, thus messing up his money. Shay was also careful to let Miguel know how bothered he is with soldiers who questions his decisions. So, Shay graphically told Miguel what he and his men would do to Mireya, and at the end, he would slice her throat from ear to ear. This was unsettling to Miguel, but he acknowledged that he understood. Mirkovic dropped in on Jannard, but Jannard wanted more time to get through to Diamond, so he says. Mirkovic couldn't care less about Jannard's family dynamics, so he told Jannard that until that time comes, Jannard will continue to make payments. Mirkovic, with outstretched hands, received the payment and told Jannard that he will not stop until he get the projects as promised. He'll see him next time. Diamond's new officer boo thing wanted to spend time with him, so she handcuffed him and took him to her place. This is definitely not an Adrian move. Jannard dropped in on Shanti, whining about his situation, so much so that Shanti pulls out yet another stack and offers Jannard the money as a loan because she believes in him. Jannard told her that Diamond has Cousin Buddy and Gary on lock and that he didn't know what he was going to do. Once Victor was released from lockup, first person waiting outside the precinct is none other than Walter. Walter told Victor that he is a wreck and he needs him back in the family. Walter's losing patience with Victor and finally asks, "What is it that you want from me?" Walter told Victor that he was sorry for everything and he admits that he messed up when it came to Gloria. Victor then agreed to go with Walter, but not with Claudia. Walter told Vic that he would take care of the police situation. Diamond is no longer handcuffed by his officer boo as they chill at her place. However, they are interrupted when duty calls. Diamond is summoned to meet up with Tommy. With Diamond fresh out of handcuffs, he and Tommy went on Serbian territory and killed a couple of Serbs, then brought the bodies back to Miguel's pickup site. They then spooked Miguel's men and killed them and set up the site to appear to be a Serbian attack. Then they stole Miguel's product, bringing them one step closer to pitting the bosses against each other. A heated Claudia charged into the family home, complaining to Walter about how he had given her project to Victor. She told Walter that he is rewarding Victor, and she didn't understand why. Walter tells Claude to give Victor a break because he has been through so much. She continues to tell him how much she has done for the family and how Vic has no balls. Claudia wants what is hers and is determined to get it. Walter told her that she has no balls and is not a man and never will be. Miguel came to the pickup site to assess what happened. Miguel's product was gone. He had dead men and no answers. Well, that was until he unmasked a dead Serb and convinced himself that the Serbs attacked his organization. Or all things pointed to the Serbs. Miguel has had enough and is furious, so he screams out that the Serbs are dead. I guess that he forgot that the Serbs are off limits to him, according to Shay. We'll see. The masterminds behind the move on Miguel are celebrating their win. Diamond questions Tommy as to his thoughts about what they're doing. Like, does he get tired of the life and whether it's worth it or not on this world domination journey to the top? Tommy kept it simple. He wakes up to die. He never killed anyone who didn't have it coming. And everyone in the game knows exactly what they have signed up for. Jannard had drinks with Shanti, talked about how he appreciated her riding with him and how he'd never had that before. But Shanti interrupted him to tell him that he had better get himself together because his crew lost trust in him. Victor's graveside chat with Gloria was heart-wrenching. He appeared to be sober. Victor told her that he was back working with his father, but not what she thought. But actually, his loyalty was to her now, and he would take his father down from the inside and destroy everything he has built. Lil K decided to carry out his threat to kill Tommy. As Tommy enjoyed a meal in his car, smoke came his way. While a family is nearby, the shooter, Lil K, missed Tommy but killed a little girl. Stacy, while hanging out with Lieutenant DeFranco, is asking the lieutenant for his help to get what she wants in a task force when he gets an emergency call. He drops Stacy off at home and heads directly to the crime scene. Later, Lieutenant DeFranco calls Stacy from the murder scene and tells her that they killed a little girl and that by the looks of things, she will be getting her task force. Well, that's it for this episode. Clearly, Tommy must have had a really good sandwich because he held on to it while being shot at. Then the question comes to mind of Lil K's shooting ability. How did he miss a sitting target? Well, all jokes aside, it seems that Lil K has helped Stacy and the feds get the task force. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment with your thoughts. Until the next time, guys.